Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And this week, the biggest news, quite literally so, definitely came from the figures. Slated for a September release is the Metal Robot Spirit Sazabi, an incredibly impressive figure for an equally impressive mobile suit. And its beauty isn't just skin deep. Underneath all of that detailing, we find a die-cast inner frame, opening armor panels on the legs, very articulated shoulder armor, and a sliding gimmick to easily pull out the beam sabers, which come with 2 long beam saber blade effect parts and 2 short beam saber blade effect parts. As for the other accessories, we've got the beam tomahawk with even more beam effect parts, a throwing effect part for that beam tomahawk, the massive shield with 3 missiles, as well as storage space for the beam tomahawk, 6 stored funnels, 6 active funnels, 6 thruster effect parts, and 6 arms to have the funnels buzzing around, its iconic beam shotgun, and even its more obscure long rifle. So it definitely comes with everything you'd want your Sazabi to come with, and then some. It's also got some honestly surprising articulation considering just how bulky this thing is. And all of this can be yours for 26,400 yen, 166 US. Definitely not a small price to pay, but I was also kind of expecting this thing to be slightly more expensive. The big downside then is that it will be Premium Bandai Limited. Just like the regular Robot Spirits figure that was also announced, the Super Gundam. For 15,400 yen, 97 US, this Upgunt Mark II can be yours in September. The set comes with a slightly different Gundam Mark II that can be transformed into the Super Gundam by docking with the brand new G Defensor. Without the need for any parts forming, it can replicate all of its configurations from the anime, flying around by itself, flying around docked with the Mark II, and ready to engage. It even comes with a figure exclusive configuration. The missile pods are on movable arms, and in this new configuration, they move to the back while the beam cannon is still attached to one of them. This way, the Mark II still has its hands free to wield any of its other weapons. As for the accessories of the G Defensor, it comes with 2 connection pieces and a combo piece combining a rod with 2 thrusters. This can be attached to the back of the G Flyer to recreate the scenes from the anime where the G Flyer delivers the G Defensor to the Mark II and then flies away. Oh, and it also has a really cool gimmick. The cockpit can open up, revealing a little cot sitting inside of it. The Mark II then is a slightly different color, it's now more grayish, and its accessories are also slightly different, in that it actually comes with a few less accessories. It comes with the same hand options, the sliding shield, the beam rifle, 2 spare E-caps for the beam rifle, beam effect part for the beam rifle, bazooka, spare magazine for the bazooka, Vulcan earmuffs, 2 beam sabers, 2 straight beam saber blade effect parts, and 1 curved beam saber blade effect part. If you already have the Mark II then you can also buy the G Defensor separately, which, believe it or not, actually seems like a better deal. The G Defensor by itself costs you 6,050 yen, 38 US, and comes with the exact same accessories as the Combo Pack G Defensor, 2 joint parts and the thruster effect part thing. Combine that with the standard Robot Spirits Mark II, and you end up paying the same 15,400 yen, but you do get the accessories that aren't included in the Super Gundam set, which are 2 thruster effect parts and a firing effect part for the bazooka. It's nothing crazy that you're missing out by buying the combo set, but I do find it funny that this makes the combo pack the objectively more expensive, less good option. It's supposed to be the other way around, you know? And the Gundam Mark II wasn't the only color variant that was announced this week. Let's head to the Gunpla, with our newest announcement being the Real Great Force Impulse Gundam Deactive mode, also known as the Phase Shift Down version. This thing can be yours in July for 3,300 yen, 21 US, and it is exactly what you're expecting. A grayscaled, Premium Bandai Limited recolor of the retail version. So it still comes with all of its signature accessories, and of course the ability to be split into different parts. And alongside this thing, Bandai also decided to reissue some of the other Phase Shift Down real grades. There's the Destiny, the Justice, the Freedom, and the Strike. Maybe for the occasion, they should have given us like the Real Grade Freedom Gundam version GCP Deactive mode. That would have paired nicely with this brand new Impulse Gundam. But alas. And talking about not going for the GCP version, we got almost all of the information for the Apex Legends collaboration kits. And here, we also got the old Freedom rather than the upgraded GCP version. So, the Wing Gundam Zero Endless Waltz version, Valkyrie version, will cost 4,400 yen, 28 US. The Freedom Gundam Crypto version will also cost 4,400 yen, 28 US. And the Epion Alter version will cost 5,500 yen, 34 US. They're all slated for a July release, and other than their Apex-inspired paint jobs, they'll also come with custom marking stickers. But how those look is still a secret at this point, and the same goes for the box art. It will be custom, but that's all that we know so far. Over in Harajuku then, from March 20th until April 12th, you'll be able to make your custom-colored Best Mecha Collection RX-78 Gundam Revival version. The event is called Gunpla Pop-Up Runner's Gate and is held at the 6th Gallery Harajuku. They've got a cool Gunpla art exhibition, but the real deal here is that you can buy the 4 runners of the Gundam Revival version in 6 different colors, so that you can mix and match your own personal RX-78 too. That's really cool. Somewhere in between model kits and action figures then, we've got the 10th lineup of the G-Frame Full Armor series, featuring the Victory 2 Assault Buster Gundam, the Riggsy Custom, and the Gun Cannon. One set will set you back 748 yen, 5 US, but depending on the mobile suit, you will need 2 or even 3 sets for the full experience. For the Riggsy Custom and the Gun Cannon, it is the usual G-Frame fare. One set is the armor set, which just has the armor and a static frame, and the other set is the frame set. This consists of a movable frame and also more accessories. For the Riggsy Custom, this is a backpack, a shield, and a Space K-47, and for the Gun Cannon, it is the Gun Cannon's beam rifle, a set of spray missile launchers, and 2 rocks. Also, this is an upgraded version of the Gun Cannon from G-Frame Volume 6. The V2 Assault Buster Gundam then can also be built with 2 sets if you just want the V2 Assault Gundam. In that case, we're getting an armor set, which has the base V2 Assault Gundam, and the frame set, which has the movable frame, the beam rifle with optional multi-launcher, the Mega Beam Rifle, and the Mega Beam Shield with 3 barrier bits. You can then buy the 3rd set to upgrade it to the Assault Buster Gundam. This comes with a new backpack and new skirt armor. And all of these sets can be yours in August. For some more miscellaneous items then, we go to Iron-Blooded Orphans. On the 13th, the Iron-Blooded Orphans 10th Anniversary Limited Time official online store opened up. There's random can badges for 700 yen each, 4 US, acrylic clips for 900 yen each, 6 US, acrylic character keychains for 1,200 yen each, 8 US, and acrylic quote keychains for 990 yen each, 6 US. And you can also participate in what they're calling a mini game. The game consists of paying 700 yen, 4 US, and then you'll get a random prize. The A prize is an acrylic panel, the B prize is a visual sheet, and the C prize is a sticker with a screenshot from the anime. This is less of a mini-game and more of a gachapon machine. But anyways, all of these items will be shipping out in July. I don't think they offer international shipping, but I also don't think they're blocking proxy buying services. Over at Hathaway's Flash then, we got an amazing new trailer for the Sorcery of Nymph Circe. It focuses on Hathaway and on how he's dealing with his past, and I gotta say, out of all of the trailers that I've seen so far, this one has definitely gotten me the most excited about the movie. I would highly recommend you to check it out, but it does contain some things that some people might consider spoilers. I'll have the video linked down below, but you have been warned. Now, if only we'd get a release date for the Western release. In Japan, meanwhile, the movie is about to enter its 8th week, and moviegoers will get this original illustration card as a bonus. And also, 2 new items went up for pre-order. For 3,500 yen, 22 US, there's Hathaway's Flash, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe official creative report, which includes things like interviews with the director and other people who worked on the movie, setting materials, and even brand new illustrations drawn specifically for the book. And then for 3,321 US, there's the Sharks Counterattack Pamphlet New Edition, which comes bundled with 2 metallic posters. And buying both the Hathaway book and the Sharks Counterattack Pamphlet will get you this bonus metallic poster. Meanwhile, on the gaming front, in Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the Abgor has joined the fray, while on Steam the Victory Gundam has become available. In UC Engage, there was a Comet Power Augmentation operation, as well as a featured unit assembly featuring the UR Benager Lynx and his UR Unicorn Gundam with Hyper Mega Launcher. And over at SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, they're once again celebrating being #1 in certain regions, giving all players 3,000 diamonds. And that wasn't the only freebie you could get this week. There was also Emeralda and 300 diamonds to celebrate Circe, and for returning players, there's a comeback login bonus in anticipation for the game's 1-year anniversary. Players who haven't logged in for 50 days are eligible, and the promotional image is also very fitting.
Solomon, I have now returned!
And on top of that, as part of their collaboration with Gundam Assemble, you can get a premium gacha ticket by entering the promo code GASSEMBLE, and they did an official fan meeting special stage livestream, again giving the players some free stuff. And what they also did was give a teaser for some of the upcoming stuff, like the Exia Repair 2, which will be part of Gundam 00 Part 2, and Premium Unit Assembly version 2. For those who want to watch the full livestream, I will have it linked down below. And for all of the information of the upcoming stuff, they'll have another livestream next week. In other gaming news then, Arsenal Base is having a 4.5th anniversary tag tournament. The Gundam Extreme vs. 2 Infinite Boost Tokyo Showdown tournament will be held on the 22nd, and I will have the link to the live stream down below. And the Gundam Card Game World Championship 25-26 Grand Final was held on the 15th and got a live stream on YouTube, which of course I will also have linked down below. The livestream itself is in Japanese, with unfortunately no subtitles, but they did include some English blurbs in the video, for example, for the upcoming cards. So it might be worth checking out the stream just to see what those new cards are and how they might or might not work with your deck. As for the things you could get this week then, first up on the 16th, there was the 9th G-Frame Full Armor lineup. One set will again cost you 748 yen, 5 US, and there's a total of 7 sets to get, making you 3 different mobile suits: the Zaku 1, the G-Fret, and the Zai Gundam. And of these, the Zaku 1 and the G-Fret follow the usual G-Frame releases. One set is the armor set, which just has the armor and a static frame, and the other set is the frame set, consisting of a movable frame and the other accessories. For the G-Fret, we're getting a beam rifle, 2 dummy beam sabers, 1 active beam saber, a shield, and 2 ear funnels. And for the Zaku 1, we've got the Zaku 1 machine gun, an extra magazine for the machine gun, the Zaku 1 bazooka, the shoulder rack for that bazooka, a heat hawk, the shield that we so commonly associate with the Zaku 1 but didn't appear until much later, a Sturmfaust, and a commander antenna. And finally, for the Zai Gundam, we are getting 3 sets because it's such a massive machine. There's the armor set, which only has the base body and the static frame, an option set which comes with extra hands and armor parts, and then the frame set, which has the movable frame, a shield, the beam rifle from the first movie, and the beam rifle from the second movie. Next up on the 18th then, you could put these figures together to some great tunes, because for 2,750 yen, 17 US, you could get the 2 mixed digitally remastered CD, and for 3,300 yen, 21 US, you could get the End of the Endless Waltz CD. Both CDs come with some really nice artwork that is designed so you can put both of the cases next to each other. And finally today then, we first got some figures. For 3,300 yen a pop, 21 US, the first Gundam Military Generation collection figures got a restock. There's Amuro in his civilian clothes with a Haro and Operation V manual, Char in his uniform with a gun, Rama in his uniform with a pistol, and Sayla in her pilot suit with a helmet and also a pistol. But if you want to go for something slightly higher quality, you could get the Gundam Girls Generation Lunamaria Hawke, Gundam Seed Freedom version. She looks like she's floating around in 0G, and I especially like how her face is kind of like a combination of how she looks in Freedom and in Destiny. And last but not least, we've got the Spring Haro collection. These are officially 3 different books that come with a bonus item each. But from what I've seen in the comments on the Gundam News video where these were first announced, it's a similar deal to those Bandai candy toys. Those come with a candy so that they can be sold in the candy aisle, and these come with a book so that they can be sold in bookstores. Thanks to those who pointed that out, because it does seem to make the most sense. The book is so important for these items that it's barely mentioned and doesn't even appear in the promotional images. Again, similar to how the soda-flavored piece of chewing gum never makes it into the promotional images. But so, there's a shoulder bag and Haro Dango mini keychain for 3,839 yen, 24 US, a pouch for 3,619 yen, 23 US, and a Haro Dango plush keychain for 3,289 yen, 21 US. For this week's reading material then, there was the English ebook version of Hobby Japan Mechanics' War in the Pocket issue, available through Amazon US, UK, Canada, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and the Netherlands. The G-Quux music album containing piano sheet music was released, and the 3rd volume of the new edition of SD Gundam The Comic Warriors is available through Fukkon. This 3rd volume has the old 4th and 5th volume, as well as some chapters that weren't in the old ones. On to the apparel news then, where Bunkode kicked things off with a bunch of acrylic items, because of course they did. For 1,760 yen, 11 US, you can get the G-Quux or Freedom launching acrylic stance, featuring the main pilots from both series, together with their main machine and the line they set when they launched in said machine. For G-Quux, we've got Machu, Nyon, and Char, whereas for Freedom, we've got Kira, Lacus, Atherin, Isaac, Diarca, Lunamaria, and Hilda. So I'm kind of surprised that we don't have Shin or Kigali. Like, maybe we'll get a second set, but still, I would have expected them to be in the first set and someone like Hilda to be in the second set. Or for 1,100 yen then, 7 US, you could get a Gundam Wing double-sided acrylic keychain. There's 5 different designs, one for each of the Wing Boys, and on one side we've got their profile, and on the other side a screenshot of them from the first opening. And finally from Bunkode, there's a new Zai Gundam collection, featuring a brand new illustration made by Koji Yokoi, the artist responsible for Gundam's SD illustrations. And you can get this new Zai Gundam design as an acrylic keychain for 990 yen, 6 US, an acrylic stand for 1,650 yen, 10 US, an acrylic clip that also doubles as a stand for 1,100 yen, 7 US, or a t-shirt for 4,400 yen, 28 US. And all of these Bunkode items are slated for a May release. Over at Strict G then, they first had another collaboration with Alpha Industries for some Amuro, Char's counterattack version, and Quattro Vegeta apparel. For 46,200 yen, 290 US, Amuro is getting an L2B hooded Gen 2 flight jacket, and Quattro is getting a light MA1 jacket. And for the people who want to wear Quattro's jacket, don't worry, they spelled his last name with a B and a J. Plus, as an added bonus, you'll also get an acrylic stand of Amuro or Quattro wearing their respective jackets. And for 4,730 yen, 30 US, you can pair those jackets with a matching t-shirt. For Amuro, it's got Earth Federation Space Forces and his personal logo on it, and for Quattro, it's got Ayuk and the Hyakushikis logo on it. All of which are available in physical Strict G stores on the 20th. Available on the 28th then is the Gundam Wing 30th Anniversary Hiro Yui collection. There's a Wing Zero hoodie for 12,650 yen, 79 US, a teddy bear sweater for 8,250 yen, 52 US, and a 2-pack of Hito's tank tops for 8,800 yen, 55 US. Perfect to make you feel just like Hito. All you need now is some matching pants and that self-detonator pen that was released a couple of weeks ago. And to wrap things up, we've got these 920 caps made in collaboration with New Era. They'll be hitting Physical Streak G stores on April 11th, and you can choose between Earth Federation Navy, Xeon Black, or Char Aznable Burgundy. And that has been all for this week's Gundam News. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam News.